the first time I ever had non-homemade was in Eugene.
And that's why we're doing this episode this week.
That's why.
Explorers, welcome to Exploragonians, Travel Misadventures podcast. I'm Jordan.
I'm Katie.
And this week we're going to Oregon's second largest city. We're going straight to Eugene, which was a town I wasn't able to think about or have any desire to go to because it was an enemy city.
Apparently, people call it Tracktown.
Which you just found out in this episode.
I found out all sorts of stuff.
Aw. This year, we've gone to Eugene a couple times. It's kind of a road trip for us. And so we're going to tell you about those experiences, and I'm going to tell you about my favorite performing arts center, probably in the United States. Grab something that some guy asked about when I was there for a all-state band competition. He asked me to find him some funky monkey, and I was like, I don't know, I can't talk to you, mister.
Wow. So grab that?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We here at the Exploragonians Potato Factory would like to extend a very warm Happy Thanksgiving to everybody listening today.
Happy Thanksgiving!
It is the start, I don't know, of Thanksgiving week.
Totally.
Yeah, so what feelings come up when I say, ooh, Thanksgiving?
I think warm.
Like a warm meal?
A hot meal. Yeah, it's cozy. It smells nice. I think in my mind, there's joy, there's laughter, there's turkey.
Revelry.
There's pie.
There's me attempting to slice into a turkey that's way too hot and should have been rested, and my grandpa's yelling at me.
There's that.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
So, welcome, everybody, to Exploragonians, a Travel Misadventures podcast. I'm your co-host, Jordan.
And I'm Katie.
And we get into shenanigans. So, this week, we're going to talk about Eugene, Oregon. But before that, as we've established, it's Thanksgiving week. And out of all the meals in the world, which one's your favorite, Katie?
Okay, well, it's complicated now. I would say historically, I love a Thanksgiving meal. But this year, I've been doing some research on the...
Some soul searching?
On the internet.
Some research? That means you're like, well, the cholesterol level's way too high.
No, I've been looking up recipes. It started with some group that won't be named. I don't know.
Some group?
Group. I don't know. Somebody's...
Like a barbershop quartet?
You know, I signed up for some spam. Somebody's been spamming me. They're like,
Oh, is it the Grizzly Tobacco Company? Because they've been sending you spam in the mail.
Yeah, I somehow got on their list.
No, I know exactly. You entered a sweepstakes.
I put myself on the list, which was a mistake. Don't do the sweepstakes. Okay, so fine. All Recipes has been sending me emails, and they're like, this is the best, like, grandma approved Thanksgiving meals. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. And I'm like looking at this list. Nothing sounds good to me.
Why not? You don't like marshmallows on your sweet potatoes?
I don't. And
the name is sweet. You should have more sweet things in it, like cotton candy.
Like sugar. I don't know. I think we're a little too hot to just put sugar on all of our savory dishes.
Don't you know that's what Thanksgiving was about? The Pilgrims and the Indians got together and they're like, what about sugar?
What about sugar? Or like, you're putting sugar on your grapefruit or sugar on your cereal. You guys, stop putting sugar on everything.
Who puts sugar on? Besides the sugar that's already on the cereal.
Anyway, so yeah, I like what I think is good Thanksgiving meals.
And what is that? What is a good Thanksgiving for Katie?
A good Thanksgiving for me is like everything's fresh. So it's like we got a moist, really nice turkey that's been rested. It's hanging out. We have cranberry sauce that you've made.
Oh, I do make a pretty killer cranberry sauce.
That's very good. Fresh cranberries. Potatoes of some sort. Maybe both. I mean, I like sweet potatoes without a bunch of sugar and marshmallows. I like it with maybe some like orange.
I didn't understand where the orange came from because when I came into the picture, I was like, oh, why are we having like orange juice like with the sweet potatoes? Also, I would like to address that this is a very privileged Thanksgiving that you're describing.
Yeah.
I think I'm like 50% fresh, 50% canned, 50% frozen,
just
150%.
In your body?
No. I am aluminum. I'm the Tin Man. I just think traditionally, like my Thanksgivings,
Ah,
if I'm comparing to other people's, or people who
okay.
like can't cook, but you still feel like pressure to do this huge
Well,
meal.
God, it's so weird. It's like this one meal that we're like, as a nation, are like, okay, we all have to like cook our turkey once a year. We all have to make a roughly similar meal.
We have to, otherwise.
Like, it's so bizarre.
hmm
Anyway, I just feel like me listing this stuff is going to take too long.
So obviously, Thanksgiving is, looking through it in like a modern lens is complicated. I like to think of it as in terms of like revelry, getting together over a shared meal.
Oh, it's about community and like whatever your family, your chosen family. I just feel like, yeah, it's a community meal. And I like that. And I like that we're ideally thinking of things that were some reflection of like what we're grateful for or being around people you're grateful for. Yeah, no, it's not about the pilgrims at all for me. Not
So-
now, not ever.
So you hear that? So thinking about like what you're grateful for, the theme of our podcast is travel podcast. So what travel aspects of your life are you grateful for?
I'm definitely grateful that we have been, as you've said, privileged enough to, had the luxury to be able to go and travel the world. And, it wasn't always pretty.
Especially when I had like food poisoning and
Well, anyway,
you have to leave the room, Katie.
I think grateful for connections and like meeting people from many different walks of life and being able to connect with others that are different than you and I and different lived experiences, different realities, and just that realization that we are all way more similar than we are different.
Aw.
What about you? What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for different beautiful aspects of the world and places that haven't become like so homogenized, and that places can exist and revel in their own kind of unique identity, and that you can explore that in all different places. And like with our theme of like it being an Oregon based podcast, like I do really appreciate that like these little small towns and places across like our home state is beautiful, and different towns have different identities, which leads us into this week. I'm going to say our episode this week, Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene.
Thank you, Rapunzel. I think Eugene, out of all the places in Oregon, I think Eugene has been like this white whale to me. Like it seems like impenetrable, like it's a town that I haven't quite figured out yet.
But I feel like you have a bias. And were you born with the bias? Or like at what point did you realize Eugene was like no man's land for you? You were not supposed to talk or even think about Eugene.
I think it was just like through osmosis that Eugene was like this no man's land. Eugene was like the enemy, I would say.
Right, but at what age did you realize this?
I think just always. Like as soon as I had like a concept of like different
soon
places
as you had a brain.
in cities, yeah, in utero, they would
Okay.
whisper, they'd go. It was weird, like pictures of my baby shower. It's my grandparents in Oregon State University beaver gear, and you see them like they're talking into my mom's stomach saying, "Hate Eugene, boo ducks."
Oh, God.
So those are you who are maybe not aware, Eugene is one of the major university towns in Oregon, along with being the second largest city in Oregon. Population's about 176,000.
The second largest?
Second largest. I mean, what were you going to say?
I don't know, but
It's never going to be Salem, babe.
it could have been.
Poor sad Salem. I mean, Beaverton's like number 4 or 5.
All right, fine.
Okay, so Eugene has one of the premier universities in Oregon, the University of Oregon, the Ducks.
UofO.
Yeah. And then Oregon State University is the other university. It's in Corvallis, Oregon. The two cities are like an hour, a couple hours apart from each other.
Sure.
That's a huge rivalry. The Oregon State in Corvallis, they are the Beavers. University of Oregon, they are the Ducks. Every year for 100 years, they would have a football game called the Civil War. Probably in poor taste, but it's
Probably.
it's fun to be like, it's the Civil War. Never forgive, never forget.
You know what's kind of crazy about that is I have a distinct memory of being in high school And people are like, okay, Civil War. And I'm like, what's happening?
Go the Union.
Like, you know, I feel like we just learned about the Civil War and, you know, in history. And I'm just like, I didn't know. I was totally oblivious. Ducks, beavers, UofO, Oregon State meant nothing to me.
Like a duck and a beaver, those seem like things that should coincide in nature.
Right. It does not mean, and I just remember people being like, okay, who are you going for? And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, and so then little did I know I would marry into a family that was a little too into it.
So, for example, when Katie finally met my grandmother, and my grandparents are the reason why everyone is so obsessed with the Oregon State University Beavers. So, I bring Katie over to meet my grandparents. My grandma is basically an MMA fighter with a perm.
She's a little intense.
She grabs Katie. She is in her late 80s now, but when you met her, late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
She shakes your hand, pulls you in, and like gets in your face and goes, "You're not a Duck fan, are you?"
And I was like, whoa, no, do not care.
And then I think she pulled away and said, "Good girl," and then slapped you in the face.
Yep.
Like a loving, hard tap, cheek tap.
Yeah. But at that point, I hadn't been slapped by a grandma before, so it was a little like, it was a little surprising.
And I've told Katie, and I've told her since, like, if my grandma hits you, just hit her back once.
God.
And I think it stopped. It stopped pretty quick.
I mean, Jordan did have to talk to her. It was like, Grandma, I know you're strong, but you know, maybe like Katie's a little sensitive. Maybe don't like smack her around. And so there's been a couple times where she kind of like, you can tell she's amping up, but then she like brings it down. She's like, see, you see that? Like, I'm like, great. Helen.
I'm in control.
Great,
I'm in
great.
control.
Thank you for not smacking me.
We could have a whole podcast of it. We should have a grandma podcast.
We should have your grandma on the podcast.
Grandma podcast.
Okay.
Gramcast. So, I was taught at a young age that everything University of Oregon related, including the town of Eugene, is bad. And
but you don't know why.
right, it's just like they're the other team. And
Okay.
again, going back to the Civil War thing, like the fact that our universities have a football rivalry game called the Civil War, so bad. But Washington, the next state north of us, their big university football game is called the Apple Cup.
Right. So what's up with that?
Well, I think we are like officially not really calling it the Civil War anymore.
Great.
Right. But everyone's going to call that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Eugene was bad. Do not go to Eugene. And it's so sad that this like silly, stupid football mascot rivalry basically probably prevented me from going to a university that actually had programs and classes and different types of majors that would really resonate with me. And instead, once I got done with community college, I transferred to Oregon State, which is not
artsy school like Eugene or like UofO is.
Exactly. And so I feel like I probably could have flourished in a different way going to Eugene. I mean, the culture in Eugene is counterculture for the most part, or at least it was.
Right. I don't know now.
Right.
But, you know, it was it taught you, it was good that you went to the other place.
Yeah.
So you could learn what wasn't working for you.
Well, that's true.
You know, and I think if I go back to not understanding the ducks or the beavers, like I remember seeing UofO's mascot and being like, oh, like this is like a Disney thing. Like that's Donald Duck. But it's not. It's Puddles. Right? Puddles
I think it's Puddles.
is the mascot.
But I think people are like, it's not Puddles. They just call it the duck.
Oh, pfft. Okay. Anyway, sure.
yeah.
Sure. Okay. So this podcast is not about UofO, but that is a big deal in Eugene.
It sure is. So what's your relationship like with Eugene?
So my cousin went to college at University of Oregon. And so she lived in Eugene for, I guess, 4 years. But I have a memory of like, I went to visit. I had broken up with a boyfriend. She said I could.
OG boyfriend?
I don't know. Sure, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure.
Maybe. Who knows what was going on?
Broke up with one of them.
I don't know. I just feel like I needed to get out of Dodge. She invited me to come and stay with her. So I go, I'm like, great, I'm going to drive to Eugene.
Wait, in the dorms?
No.
Okay.
I went and stayed at like a quadplex or something where
Oh.
there was like, okay, so yeah, she stayed in the dorms. I never visited her in the dorms, but she was in the international dorm. So she was friends with like all these exchange students. And I did
Hey.
meet up with them in Portland and we like went to a concert. Went to Weezer. I didn't even know Weezer. Anyway, okay. So yeah, I went to this like quadplex. So it was like her room and I guess she had like, I don't know, 3 other roommates or something. And I just remember it was so cold.
Oh.
It was very cold.
Like cold in Eugene or cold in the room?
I think it was just cold in the house.
Okay.
You know what it's like. You got to keep the temperature low.
I sure
Everyone's
do.
trying to like save a dime. Anyway, it was cold. I also have a memory of like riding our bicycles. Like they let me
You
borrow a
said
bike.
our. Okay.
So right, I was visiting her and she had another friend. It was Jessica and Maddie. And
Sup, Jessica? Sup, Maddie?
I feel like we rode the bicycle to like a coffee shop and or maybe a brewery later.
Oh, and you love a brewery.
Yeah.
Ew, beer.
But I love a bicycle ride. But I think it was my first time
On a
actually
bicycle.
riding a bike like in traffic, which is a little intense. I assume probably my first time using a bike lane because I'm sure there was a bike lane.
Well, yeah, it's Eugene.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can remember feeling like this is like my parents would be not happy if they knew I was riding my bicycle and these cars driving so fast, oh my God, flying by.
Well, as long as you're signaling, you have a helmet. Did you have a helmet?
Hope so.
Oh my God.
I'm sure
Katie.
I did. But yeah, that's what, like, when I really think about me first exploring Eugene, there was that. I mean, I was probably there like less than a week, but
Anything to get over your boyfriend.
sure. But I mean, it was just good to be somewhere different. And when I think I like dropped in, I like went with her to some classes and I
Like, this is my.
like went to like a lecture hall or something.
Okay, very good. What do you remember what the class was?
I think I did like anthropology
Sweet.
one, and I think there was like a science class.
How'd you feel being on campus?
Well, because I'm honest, I didn't like it because I felt like I was a liar. I was gonna get in trouble. Somebody was gonna know like that person is a fraud, and I'm like, you're right.
What were they gonna do?
I don't know.
Send you to UofO jail?
Probably.
You're not paying to be here.
Okay. Thoughts on Eugene? Early thoughts?
So again, I had never been to Eugene until I was late into high school. So the only reason I went to Eugene for the first time was because I was tapped to be in all-state band.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is really cool. It's cool that I didn't audition for it and I got in just on the merits of our director's
Offer only.
reputation. I'm offer only.
Yeah.
Because I played tuba in high school, not by choice, but because when I started out on trombone, our initial teacher was like, "Hey, do you realize you're playing an octave low?" And I said, "What's an octave?" And then shoved me into a sousaphone and said, "You are going to be a tuba player."
See? And that was good.
I was almost going to be a flute player, but our teacher, what's up, Mr. Hammond, stared at my mouth for like a little too long, just like really examining my lips and just went, "You don't have the lips for flute."
Well,
Which, thank God.
I mean, yeah, I don't see you. I mean, those fingers. I mean,
No,
maybe.
these aren't flute fingers.
No, they're tubas. Tubas.
Well, that's also probably not true. So I played tuba, and I guess I was pretty good for being kind of like self-taught. I think they brought in like a community band member to like coach me in like 6th grade. Like I had like private lessons alone in a room, a side room, with just this man.
You know what? I think it's okay. It's only weird if you make it weird. But you are an excellent learner.
I
so, yeah, you probably did excel.
So I had my tuba, and at this point, I'm one of 2 tuba players at Tillamook, but our band director, what's up, Mr. Coughlin? Just per his recommendation, I got to go to Allstate. So I was among the best musicians, high school musicians in Oregon, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But it was down in Eugene, and I feel like it was for several days. Like I think we had 2 full days of rehearsal and then a performance day. And me and one of our classmates like shacked up with 2 other random guys, 2 or 3. I don't know. I just remember being in a hotel room with like too many guys. And like there was no like intro period of like, "Oh, here are your roommates." Like we just kind of, I think we showed up late and these dudes were already in there. And so I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey." And there's only 2 beds. And so I feel like it was like me and our classmate, it was like, "Well, I guess we're sleeping together." And then, 4 dudes, we don't really know each other, 1 bathroom. I just remember being like terrible and chaotic. And I don't know if they were in the band or if they were in the orchestra. I don't remember where these dudes were, but we never hung out. They were not friendly. They didn't want to hang.
Maybe you weren't friendly and didn't want to hang.
No, I was probably just awkward. Like, oh no, other boys.
Yeah, they were probably awkward too.
Other boys.
All right, so that's you and Eugene.
It's me and Eugene. And I just remember feeling like it was a city. Like, I didn't really have any sense of, like, where I was, what was going on. But, we were roaming around the University of Oregon campus. Again, having, like, I think at least 8-hour days of rehearsal. Like,
Wow.
It was so long. It was miserable.
Was this in the summer?
No, it was during school. I think it was your senior year, my junior year.
Uh-huh.
And it must have been late spring or something. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, super long rehearsals.
I want to find the performance.
Okay, so it was really fun to do. And we were there with all these other musicians. I think there was like 6 other tuba players, but the dude I was sitting next to was just such a nerd.
I mean, that means a lot coming from you.
Such a nerd, not even like in a fun way. It wasn't like a fun nerd. He was like a strange nerd for the sake of being strange. Like, he wore a fedora, first red flag. Second red flag, wore a noose. That was the weird one.
No.
Just a dude who had a noose around his neck.
No.
He was just a weird guy. And I remember looking around the room being like, man, band geeks are real. Because in Tillamook, I feel like, it's such a small community. Like, everyone just kind of does everything. Like, there's not like a band geek subculture. It's just like, oh, well, this person does basketball and they play saxophone. Just like everyone kind of does everything. But these people, I was just like, all you do is band. That's all you do.
Okay.
You socially awkward freaks.
Okay.
But yeah, we have like really long rehearsals. And then finally we do perform. Everyone performed in different clothes. The Tillamook kids had to wear our band uniform. So we had, black on black, these like kind of old, roughly tuxedo shirts with our white clip-on ties, white cummerbunds. And that was our outfit.
Were they white? You must have had the special ones.
No. What? Yeah, they were always black on black with white.
Man, I blocked that out.
Yeah,
Okay.
you definitely. I have a distinct memory of seeing you cute brunette with your clarinet and your white tie and your white cummerbund.
Wow.
But it was like the best performance. I mean, the music was really good. I remember like listening, like just being in that performance because we went and performed at one of my favorite theaters, I think, in the world is in Eugene. The Holt Center.
Oh, you guys performed at the Holt Center.
We performed in the Holt Center.
Okay,
So I was on stage at the Holt Center performing. And
Nice.
so, yeah, this big, massive theater, the biggest audience I've ever played for.
No, did you know anybody in the audience?
No, nobody
Aw,
came.
That's sad.
Mr. Coughlin. I knew Mr. Coughlin.
Man.
Okay, but so we were performing, and at one of the intervals when we were like getting ready to perform or something had happened, some man approached me, and he was like late 20s, early 30s. I mean, it was just like a dude. Like, it wasn't maybe he was a college student. I was 16. What did I know?
Yeah, not much.
But he comes up to me, and we're in the Holt Center, mind you. We're in like, I don't know, the second floor or the third floor. He kind of like pulls me aside and is like, hey, how you doing? And then, I mean, he was like not scroungy looking. I mean, he was just like, he looked nice. He's like, hey, you know where I can get some Mary Jane, some wacky tobacco. And then he pulls out like, the ubiquitous, like, I'm smoking a joint pose. And he goes, some funky monkey.
Oh, God.
And he's like loud as hell. I'm like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know where you get any of that.
Oh, God.
And then I ran off with my tuba.
Oh,
no, you asked me about marijuana.
And you're like, that's why I hate Eugene. This is why my family said I couldn't come.
Because I'd be a reefer madness. I'd be addicted.
All right. I think it's time to move
So
ahead.
that's what I think about when I think of Eugene, that guy.
Great.
And I hope that he did find his Mary Jane, funky monkey, wacky tobacco.
I'm sure he did.
My God.
Okay.
So, that was pretty much all of my Eugene memories until we had attempted to infiltrate Eugene, tried to like go there, visit there, and it just quite never really happened for us.
You and I?
Yeah, for years.
Okay, but, we went to McMinimans.
We did, and so they have a couple. They're fine. One's kind of like in a residential area, one's like in the downtown.
I don't remember. I just remember going, and it was like, oh, we're doing our passport, and we're like, okay, we got to get our tots. And I was like, oh, so many tots. So we're
many.
like, we got to get out of Eugene.
But I loved them because my body is like 30% potato.
You think only 30?
Anyway, so we were at like the residential McMinimans, and we were there with like an older gal, and she was like,
Yeah, I do them all the time. This is like my 5th one this year.
I was like, okay, lady. But yeah, so we had tried to go. There was one, and it was during our like passport madness adventures, and so we had gone to like Roseburg or something, then went through Eugene, and then we had thought that we would try to make Eugene a thing, and I think had Eugene been more receptive to Katie and Jordan, I think we maybe would have stayed longer. But we had a really weird experience. We were like, I think we have to leave Eugene now, and I don't know if we can ever come back.
Well, don't you remember when we tried to go to the co-op?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
We tried to go to this grocery store co-op.
We're like, oh, a co-op? That sounds good. So we like walk into this.
I don't know how we found it.
I don't know.
Because like I just tried to find it, and there's no reference of it at all. I don't know if it was like a pop-up event, if it was like a secret co-op.
I'm pretty sure I was navigating, and this is exactly why I drive and you navigate now. So we like end up not in a warehouse, but
Okay,
like
it's like a loading dock.
it's like a loading dock.
It was like a warehouse loading dock. It was like low ceilings. Everything's kind of concrete, kind of musty.
But maybe this is like a real co-op, and we've just we're
I mean,
like
it definitely felt like a real co-op.
we're like where's the like mood lighting and the I don't know. It was just like a loading dock that
With
had
like milk crates.
Yeah, and it was like I would guess farmers or whoever brought a bunch of stuff, but it was, I don't know. They were not holding our hand. Like we didn't know.
Because which is hilarious. I mean, I think it was so like hippie co-op, and I love hippie. But I think we had to like weigh it ourselves. We had to like price it out ourselves. We had to like do the math for it. It was like everything was like, we had to figure out how much it costs.
There was a lot, and I think it was too much for us in that moment. So we said,
I'm only in my mid-20s. I can't possibly
I can't
do
do
all
some
this.
math. So we left. We left Eugene.
No, we did. We attempted to buy some broccoli. And so we grabbed it. We attempted to buy it. Again, I think this is how like the pricing snafu happened. And they were like, no, sir, we just want a head of broccoli. And then he's like, oh, well, what's your like, member number, like your member card? There was something about it that we were not a part of this like sketchy loading dock grocery club. And so he was like, fine. And so begrudgingly, we paid him, I don't know, like our $3 for our broccoli. And we're like, thank you. And I was like, we have to leave Eugene.
Wow.
And that was pretty much it. I mean, I had been to Eugene before that experience with you for like a second. Like we had helped our friend move into her sorority in Eugene. It was just like during the summer. We went and did that. And we didn't really stay. Like I remember being like, oh, it's a pretty campus. Really happy to be going to OSU in a couple weeks, though.
Totally. You're like, I'm sure you didn't even allow yourself to even, like, with the possibility of enjoying it or looking around or.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, anytime it just felt like I was behind enemy lines. It was like, ooh, I'm like a spy.
Yeah, see, I have like fond memories of like going to some coffee shops or like getting some good food. But anyway, yeah. So, I mean, you and I went years without going. And then until this year.
This year we did a double to Eugene. And so Eugene, I don't know, it's like what, a 4 hours away from us in Tillamook. And so it is kind of inconvenient to just be like, hey, you want to go to Eugene today?
But inconvenient has never stopped us. We're
No.
like, you know what? It is inconvenient, but
Well, I think after our road trip when we were like, well, it is only 9 hours away, we could definitely make it today. And I think that definitely has like changed the way I think we see road travel in general. And I think Europe did that to us too, where it was like everything was so accessible via train. It would be like, well, Budapest is only going to be a 10-hour train ride, so why don't we just go there today? So it's things like that. Also, I don't know why I was mean. Beetlejuice was there.
I don't know why either. You're just feeling it.
Oh, I think about Budapest. I think of Beetle.
It's your road trip voice.
The juice is loose.
Okay. So, yeah, 4 hours away. I don't know if we've talked about it on the pod. I'm sure we have.
This
Jordan,
is a podcast?
Jordan, this is something. Jordan has a
Obsession.
an issue
Leaky roof.
of applying for the Hamilton lottery, which is
It's a good time.
It's a way for us to see the Hamilton musical. When you win tickets, the tickets are only $10.
Do you know why?
Because they are a Hamilton.
Who?
Okay.
He's on the $10 bill.
You know, I can't explain everything to you. Y'all.
The very first time I won the Hamilton lottery was for Eugene, but it was when we were going to outdoor school. And like we've just said, that is like a 4-hour trip. And so it was like the first full day of this camp that we volunteer with. And it's really important for us to be there on the first full day.
Right.
But we were like, oh, well, if we leave it like 1, drive to Eugene, watch the show, and then get back. We could get back by like 3 a.m. We'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely thought about it up until I think we were at the camp. And then we were like, I don't know, I was being a martyr talking to these like high school counselors, being like, well, I did have tickets to Hamilton for tonight, but I'm here with you. And the kids like roasted us. Like, why aren't you at Hamilton?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm regretting my choice right now.
That's right. So you better appreciate our sacrifice.
And so missing out on the Eugene one, I think, lit this fire that was like, I'm going to apply everywhere, no matter where it is.
Okay, yeah, no, Jordan just went off the rails, applying all the time.
Everywhere.
Anyway,
Everywhere, yeah.
I don't think we need to go into all of this.
So we did win again this year while the Hamilton tour is coming through. We won for Eugene.
And Jordan's like, finally, it's our time again.
Because you had never been in the Holt Center.
I'd never been.
The Holt Center is like a publicly owned, like the city of Eugene like manages it. The Holt Center for Performing Arts is this big, beautiful building. Has two different venues. One has like a capacity of like 2,500 and the other is like 500. So I'd like to think it's like the Louvre of performance halls because it has these like big glass like pyramid triangles. That's like part of the aesthetic. And so the lobby's this big giant glass pyramid thing. It's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. I was surprised by the amount of art that was just like sprinkled in there. Like I feel like there was it was almost like community art, right? It was like, oh, we have this section and we're going to talk about this thing that we're featuring, but then also we want you, the community, to like weigh in. What do you think about thing XYZ? I don't know. It was interactive and it was interactive, educational, accessible. Yeah, I think there was. I mean, yeah, if you have the opportunity, checking out the Holt Center is. I mean, I've listened to Jordan talk about it for years.
Because again, I was on stage at the Holt Center.
You know, he was on stage being an all-state tubist.
I think the thing about the Holt Center that just resonated so much with me, and it started to thaw my frozen heart for Eugene, was the Holt Center. Like, I go out, we perform, and it was like the first time I'd like seen this space. But the ceiling in the Silva Concert Hall, which is like the big capacity theater at the Holt Center, has this amazing ceiling. It's the coolest ceiling, and I'm a guy who likes a good ceiling. This is the best ceiling I've ever seen in my whole life. It's this, they describe it on their website as like a basket weave ceiling. It could also look like an apple pie, depending on which way you want to think about it.
Totally. But it's open to interpretation, like most art.
I mean, I've talked to you about this for so long. And to finally be able to go back for only a Hamilton to see Hamilton, it was so nice to go back in there and to see that this space was as good as I remembered it.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It's a nice thing that Eugene has.
The weirdest part, though, is when we went, right before we went inside, this guy, probably 20s, 30s, didn't look super scroungy, but he took me aside and said, hey, man, do you know where I get some Mary Jane? Some wacky tobacco? You know, some funky monkey?
No,
that didn't happen.
I wish it had.
So, yeah, what did you think about the Holt Center? After having me talk it up so much.
Well, you know, I'm more visual, so I blocked out what you said. And
like,
I said,
look at the ceiling!
I mean, even just like going up, because we walked all the way up all those flights.
Because again, we had been sitting on our ass for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and so I just really enjoyed all the art. It was like being like in a museum, but not like it wasn't like that much. But I just felt There's just really good. There's good energy. There
was really good energy in there.
It's warm.
The carpet's great. It's like this green kind of floral thing. What I liked too is like throughout the Holt Center and throughout its different levels, because I think it's like 3 stories, maybe 4 stories, 10 stories, 15 stories.
Sure.
So there's like sections of like masks in like a certain aesthetic, and there's always in like a group of 5. And so those were like throughout, and I loved seeing those different masks. That was really cool. And they're kind of like inconspicuous if you're not like looking for it. But then you really enjoyed some of the tile art that was going on in the bathrooms. Do you remember this?
I do remember being into it. I can't remember it. It was like pictures. It was
pictures of people putting on stage makeup for a
Yeah.
character and removing it.
Again, just art. Art just is
And
good
like
for the
little
soul.
and little
right?
details.
Yeah. You guys, you gotta go. Holt Center.
The thing with the Holt Center that makes it shine so much brighter for us is like I think we have to contrast it with the Keller in Portland, which the Keller has a soft spot in my heart for being the place where I first saw like actual like Broadway Cross America shows. But the Keller sucks. It's
But if that's all you have access to,
Then the Keller's great.
It's great. I mean,
its ceiling is middling. It's
just let people enjoy what they have access to.
So I will be privileged and be like, oh, the Holt Center's so great. So yeah, we go and see Hamilton. It's fantastic. But we also went. We had a really good dinner. We found a Thai place, which was like it was way too busy for like the day it was. I mean, we were there like midweek.
I know. It was like exploding with people.
It was a huge restaurant somehow.
But it was really good.
It was really good. But they had this thing, which is one of my favorite things when you go to cuisine that's not English focused first. And so the translation always gets like kind of crazy. They had something on the menu and we didn't have it, but I love the name, and it was called White Angel on Fire.
I think you should have had it.
The White Angel on Fire. It sounds like something you'd yell during Power Rangers.
Jordan regretted not getting it the first time. So we went back the second time. Why did we go?
Why?
Oh, to watch Hamilton again. No.
Because
Oh.
we won tickets for another musical.
Another musical.
And by
okay.
win tickets, I just mean we won the opportunity to buy reduced price tickets through Lucky Seat.
Yeah.
So we went. So the Hamilton experience was in March of 2025. And in July of 2025, we got these tickets along with my mom and brother to go see MJ the Musical in the Holt Center. And so it was this fun, like, dude, we could go see shows in the Holt Center, like Broadway caliber shows, like twice in a year.
Yeah, so that was good to then really appreciate the Holt Center and explore it even more.
Right.
But I was going to say, you really wanted to have that Thai food again.
But I was shot down.
He was shot down.
I could have finally had the White Angel on Fire.
But so close to the Holt Center, across the street.
Because Holt Center's in like downtown Eugene.
Yes. There's like this market.
It's called the 5th Street Public Market.
There's the 5th Street.
Fifth
Street Public Market.
Do you know about Fifth's disease? Like that's like a thing that people can get.
Yeah, I've had it.
Anyway.
Is this... What about it?
I'm just, you saying fifths.
Oh my God.
Fifths.
So disrespectful.
I am so sorry. And I hope, have you recovered?
Probably not.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
So there's the Fifth's Disease Public Market right across the street, and it is sprawling. I mean, there's a lot going on over there.
There is. It's a cute aesthetic, and, you could just walk through. You don't have to...
You have to buy anything.
You have to buy anything. So, I mean, if you're like walking downtown, I mean, it's definitely worth walking through, I think.
It's cute, and like several different places have like really like a really pretty aesthetic with like their different lights, and yeah, it was really fun. My brother and I had the stupidest experience, which it was just devolved in their toy store.
Wow.
Hanging out with the puppet section.
I couldn't get them away from the puppets.
God,
Jordan's
it was
like
the best.
putting on a show. I mean, you should just have your own little puppet show.
What do you remember about the puppet shows that I was doing in that toy store?
That they were hilarious.
Wow, your eyes got wide,
They
which
were
means you're definitely telling the truth.
Funny.
So funny. My brother found like an oyster, and it was like the creepiest little puppet because you put 2 fingers in like the meat, the oyster meat
tongue thing
with the eyes. Well, it's like the organism,
right?
But it, but that was weird. But my favorite was this, like, it was like Gizmo Duck and a dinosaur had a baby.
You had the robot.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Gizmo Duck and a dinosaur
I don't
had
know
a baby.
Gizmo Duck.
You don't know Gizmo Duck? You didn't watch enough of DuckTales to
Gizmo
finally
Duck.
get to the point where we meet Gizmo Duck.
No, I'm visual.
He's
Maybe I need to see it.
He's the giant armored duck that's on a motorized unicycle tire.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Oh my God.
Gizmo Duck. Oh, I know Gizmo Duck. but I guess-
Blathering Blathers or whatever he says.
Okay, I got it now.
Man, Gizmo Duck was the best.
All right.
Okay, so I find this like robot Gizmo Duck. Anyway, everyone listen to this. God, Eugene's great. So we have a good time walking around the market. At some point, because it is hot in mid-July in Eugene. Like, we're just like with my mom and brother kind of putzing around.
Roasting.
We got there very early. We got there early enough to like find good parking, go to dinner, walk around Fifth's Disease, go to the Holt Center. I mean, we're there forever, but there's like one of the marquee like hotels in downtown Eugene just had like their kind of garage door-y things just open. So it was kind of like open air. It just kind of seemed like anybody could walk in. So we're hanging out in the lobby. I attempted to get a free beer from the concierge, like front desk, trying to be like,
You did?
I was like, hey, I was like going to chat them up as I like poured myself some water. And yeah, I didn't get the nerve to be like, hey, so I didn't get my free check-in beer.
Oh my God.
I didn't do it, but I thought it, but I
Wow.
didn't do it.
Well, they also had some like art, like an art station.
I imagine for the people staying there.
Probably, but you never know.
Yeah, but it was in the lobby, like this big kind of like art table. And then they had just like a roll of butcher paper and then a ton of different paints in this like little section. It was so inspired and I loved it.
Yeah, it was very cute. So then we did some artwork before our show.
With us and my mom and brother. We're all getting our like different paints and we're like, doodling on there. And then we washed them. And
The point is that, Eugene has some art going on and there's just, it feels good.
the weirdest part though about the paint station is this guy came up, 20s, 30s, not scroungy looking, but he takes me aside and goes, hey man, do you know where you can find some Mary Jane, some wacky tobacco, some funky monkey?
No, but you know where I think we should go next?
To a dispensary in Eugene.
No, is something we've never been to, but would be interesting that you're like, this has been happening the whole time.
The country fair.
No, I've been, but you haven't.
No. What'd you do there? It's technically not in Eugene.
Right. So that's why I wasn't talking about it.
Good. Yeah, we would never talk about the Oregon Country Fair. Gross.
Okay.
Okay.
What I was going to say is like the Olympic trials that happen in Eugene.
Yeah, and the fact
Like,
that
but it's just track and field, right?
Yeah, the Olympic qualifiers are in Eugene.
Right. I'm like, wait a minute.
I don't know why go to the trials when we could just go to the 2028 LA Olympics.
Wow. Because we could do both.
Oh my God. But yeah, so Eugene does have a nickname, and it is Tracktown, USA.
Wow. I don't think.
You've never heard that?
Nope.
Wow. You've never heard it referred to as Tracktown?
No.
So if we were good podcast hosts, we would have really done some research about why it was called Tracktown, like the history of like why is track and field
And when did it happen?
Because, when I think of Oregon, I think of like really good weather that would be really good for track and field events.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how long it's been going on for, but yeah, the fact that the qualifiers are there is like insane.
Why haven't we gone?
Because it's in Eugene.
Oh my God.
The devil lives in Eugene.
And we can only drive there if we win Hamilton tickets. And
And the Hamilton tour is probably on hold for another couple years and probably won't come back through this area for a little while. How sad.
that is sad.
Well, since we're talking about Tracktown and other things that like Eugene is known for, Eugene, it was like the launch pad center for like several different other kind of like big companies in the US. So as we've established in the Beaverton episode, Nike started in Eugene.
Did he go to UofO?
Yeah, of course he went to UofO. Phil Knight's name is all over that campus,
Hey,
including
I wouldn't know.
Oh my God. So apparently the largest library in Oregon is the University of Oregon Knight Library.
Wow.
And every single book is Shoe Dog.
Why can't Phil
Get it together.
spread that all around Oregon instead of just concentrating it in Eugene?
Yeah, because he's helping out the future, the next generation.
Is he?
Well, he's also going to help out with like the Alameda district thing. I was pretty like blasé about that.
Help out.
Well,
Okay.
So what I was going to say, Eugene being like the home base for several different companies, there was one that surprised me, and I'm going to tell it to you right now because I want to watch your face.
Okay.
Do you have a guess? Just throw a business out.
Nancy's Yogurt.
Well, yeah, that one. But one that you loved growing up.
Tillamook Cheese.
Yep, Tillamook Cheese is from Eugene. No, it's Taco Time.
Wow. That's true.
Why did you love Taco Time?
Why didn't you love Taco Time?
Probably because it was from Eugene.
Your family
felt it.
knew.
They knew. You can't go there.
You can't go there.
I think Taco Time, I don't know. We went there when I was a kid.
You had a birthday party there, and your gift was like a name tag.
I loved it so much. I think that, I don't know. I think I would eat it, and I just loved it. I thought it was so good. And then like our friends worked there because our friend's parents owned it, but we didn't know him yet. Anyway, it was a whole thing. And yeah, so I had my birthday party there. They gave me a Taco Time shirt and a name tag because I thought I would work there when I got older, but then I didn't. Just my best friend worked there.
That's
and then
me? I've never worked at Taco Time.
And then I was hanging out, and then the boss walked in.
Owner.
Yep.
Owner.
The owner walked in, and they were closed and was like, "What's she doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, are you guys closed?"
Oh no!
Such a bad liar. Anyway,
My
Taco
God.
Time. Man, you're making me hungry. Now it's good.
Talk about Thanksgiving. Talk about Taco Time.
I know.
All
Anyway,
the
I haven't
hitters.
had Taco Time, and I think you and I have had Taco Time like once since we've been together.
That's true. Well, I went through the Taco Time drive-thru because my mom had a bottle of like treetop apple juice, and it was just in the back of the fridge. And that's usually kind of like a rectangular shaped bottle, but it was in there so long that the gas inside it expanded, and it was now a cylinder. And so when I opened it, it went psst, and I was like, uh-oh.
God.
So I called up Bob, and I was like, dude, I think my mom made like apple cider on accident. So then we had this like jug of probably old fermenting apple juice and drove around in his 70s Ford Falcon. And then we went and saw your classmate, Tim, working Taco Time. Bob got some burritos, and we drove around sipping on our grog.
Wow.
Yeah, yikes.
See,
Anyway,
see Taco Time, always there for you.
Eugene.
So
Other things I
Okay.
want to talk about Eugene. The University of Oregon, the campus is technically an arboretum that I saw. Like it has over 500 species of trees on it.
That's cool.
That's cool. Apparently Eugene also contains an urban forest, which I'm not surprised, but also I was like, oh, I wonder where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
And it apparently has like a huge network of like trails and just nature opportunities.
I mean, I think that Eugene does have more to offer than we. I mean, we've
Than weed?
Than
Weed?
than we have given time for. Wow.
Yeah,
what?
man, give time.
You know what? All your wacky tobacco comments.
Made you hungry?
I could really go for a brownie.
No, you go for a burrito.
Brownie burrito.
Ew.
Sounds like something you find at like, I don't know, Cold Stone.
Okay. So we got Nike, we got Taco Time,
That's
and
fine.
Nancy's Yogurt.
There's probably more. Anyway, so other things that like Eugene's known for is kind of being the home base of famous Oregon author Ken Kesey, and author of like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and other things. I've never read a Ken Kesey book, which is kind of embarrassing to say.
Because of the Eugene ties.
Okay.
You need to get over this.
I have.
I don't know.
I'm willing.
I'm willing to tell you. I'm wanting to tell you.
I'm waiting to tell you.
Oh my God.
Name that reference.
My Fair Lady.
You are my fair lady. So before we left Eugene the last time, we went and got coffee for the drive because we weren't going to stay the night. So
Weed. Stupid.
So
All right.
what we've been doing is like we go to Eugene and then the show gets out at like 11 o'clock at night and then we're like, okay, I guess it's time to go home.
Right. Now we got to drive another 4 hours.
So right, which
Okay.
is
It's a lot of sitting. It's a big sit day.
yeah, that's probably where all these blood clots came from.
Oh my God. All right.
So we walk through the drive-through for this coffee place, but then like over like 10 feet away from us was
in the driveway.
in the drive-through.
In the drive-through are just pants.
A bunch of brand new, like 3 pairs of brand new like Levi's. And I definitely walked over and I was like, ooh, what size are these?
Oh my God.
But we definitely were talking to the barista about it, and she's like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes people just like leave their pants there.
Hey, Eugene.
Hey, Eugene. Okay, so
Eugene.
I'd like to say I want to give Eugene more of a chance. I want to.
You want to say that?
No, I am. I am saying this right now. I want to give it more of a
On
chance.
record.
I'd love to experience more of Eugene, get more stories, maybe help out that guy in his 20s or 30s who he didn't look scroungy looking.
He's probably like 50 now.
Maybe he was a ghost.
I think it'd be nice to do.
Thomas Holt.
If we do some nature walks.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Maybe check out the river because it's by the Mackenzie River and the Willamette River.
I mean, obviously, I want to go to the track and field qualifiers.
Do you like track and field?
Yeah.
I guess you did track and field in high school.
Yeah, and I think I would much rather watch than participate.
What events did you do in track and field?
What track and field events didn't I do?
That's many. You
I
did not
had
do
no
many.
business doing track and field. I didn't even know what track and field was. And
I don't think anybody does. Like, oh, track and field.
But they were like, oh, we're doing like free, anybody can join the track and field team because this year the fees are waived or something. And so that's how I ended up doing it. And so initially I was like, oh, I'll do long distance running. So
Wow.
I did that.
Okay, and as if you've explorers at home, Katie's not a runner. She could dance nonstop for 8 hours and not break a sweat. You get her mobile and moving, her body reacts in a very strange way.
Just because we went for that run that one time. Okay, so I'm hearing that you were shocked at my
Yeah, long distance running. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. What was your distance? Do you remember? That's a no.
No. Because it's
Many.
like right, like 700, the 800, the 12. I don't know.
Okay, so it was
I don't
one
remember.
of those.
There's probably a couple of those. Okay, so I did that.
Did you long jump?
Okay, wait. I just want to talk about hurdles for a second. I think in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, hurdles would be cool. And I was interested for like a half a second until we learned it in gym. And I watched this girl's foot get caught, on the, she didn't get up enough. Anyway, and the fucking wipe, and then just wipe out. And anyway, it left an impression. I was like, I will never know. No hurdles.
Who
so yeah,
was it? Who was it? Name names.
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
Okay, long jump.
But you didn't know what long jump was.
No, I didn't know what long
And
jump was.
You didn't know the body mechanics for long jump, right?
No, because they were like, yeah, just go and like jump. And I was like, okay, like this? Like I didn't watch it. I mean, I think it was literally like the last track meet. Like I watched somebody, like Courtney Heckroth or somebody. I watched somebody
Actually do it right.
Yeah. And I was like, what?
Because it's like, yeah, you jump, but it's like you jump like chest first, right? You're kind of like,
Yeah.
"Whoa!" And then you like go into like a sit position to get your feet as far ahead of you as you can.
That's right. I couldn't be intentional. I couldn't like, because you're like, I don't even know what the goal is. I don't even know what we're doing.
So were you kind of like leaping, like just kind of like,
Who knows what I was doing?
I would have
I
loved to
was
see
getting-
you in those little singlets
I was getting
jumping.
Singlets. No way. I'm
Or-
sure
I
I
don't
just
know what
had
they're called.
shorts. I think, if I had any upper body strength, I would have done not javelin. Oh, I did shot put for a second.
You did shot put?
I think so.
Here, let me spin in a
Or at least
circle.
I like tried it. I don't know that I did it at the meet.
Shot put does seem kind of sexy. You're like, ooh, so I could get a big like orb and hold it in my neck and spin around and throw it.
Right. And again, there's a technique, but it's like if you don't have people that are, because we probably just had like parent volunteers or somebody random that like didn't even want to be there. They're like, sure, just throw it. And you're like, okay.
So were you just like throwing the shot put?
Dude, I don't know. It wasn't good.
I mean,
Anyway-
okay, can we all agree that pole vault is like the best?
Yes.
Like pole vault seems like it'd be the most
I
fun.
think the most fun.
Right.
If you're strong enough.
Or if you're that
Pole
French guy with the really long, the well-endowed Frenchman.
I think I also did some sprinting. That seems silly.
That does seem silly. So what
Anyway.
I'm hearing is like you'd like to go do some research at Hayward Field in Eugene during a Olympic qualifier and be like, so what are you supposed to do here?
When I see people running, like I feel like, yeah, that could be me. Like my body wants to run. But then when I start to run, my body's like, I don't think I want to run. But we'll see. I could run.
That's beautiful.
I just think I also have a habit of being like, I'm going to do this like really quickly, like 0 to 60 instead of like a gradual
Right.
increase. But that was the old me. The new me, it's going to be like, couch potato to 5K or whatever those.
And then, eventually you're
Things
going to
like-
have a whole documentary series about you and the beauty of the thing you're about to accomplish.
That's right. I'm going to be on the Wheaties box.
Well, I think that's about it for our Eugene adventure. I'm excited for our future. I would like to go to the country fair. I would like to go to Tracktown officially. And
USA.
and explore more. So, friends, let us know, like, what's your relationship with Eugene? Are we completely wrong here? Did we talk too much about track and field? Probably.
Probably.
Send us your information about travel stories. You can record it. You can email it to us. You can come to our house, whisper it in my ear, and I'll do my best to orate what you tell me. So,
Okay.
if you want to email us, it's exploragonianspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us, reach out to us on Instagram. That's exploragonians.podcast. And we would be grateful for not only your listenership, but if you laughed even once or learned one new thing, either about Eugene or yourself, please share this with someone that you think would enjoy a goofy travel podcast. Spread the word, get us out there. And if you want to review us, give us however many stars you think we deserve, maybe 5.
maybe.
If you want to give us a comment on there, whatever platform you're listening to this on, we're gonna read it, and maybe we'll like review what these people are saying about us
Oh, great.
in a future installment.
Well, also maybe you could tell us something to do in Eugene, because I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that we don't know anything about.
Whip me up a Eugene travel
Itinerary.
Yeah, because again, as the white whale of Oregon, to me, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because you weren't allowed to go. It's sad.
I wasn't even allowed to think about Puddles the duck.
Oh, I'm going to listen to that song.
No,
I know. I just...
don't do that to me.
I want to hear it.
Friends, explorers, I hope that you have the best week expressing gratitude. Not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving, like we said, but whatever you do, have a little bit of gratitude. Remember the good things that are happening in your life, even if it's difficult, and like a time and in a world where things can feel kind of dark. We're here for you.
Yeah, I think that's a good reminder. And it's a good reminder for you and I also. So, happy week.
Happy week, you
And-
little freak. And maybe talk to a grandma. They're fun, especially if they hit you.
Whoa. Well, it may be fun for you.
Turkey, turkey, gobble, gobble.
Happy almost Turkey Day.
Do-da-da-da, rub potatoes on your face.
And knees.
Squish cranberry between your thighs.
And toes.
Knees and toes.
Knees
Hot.
and toes, knees and toes.